If you have been afraid to take the more synergy-based champions like Yasuo and Elise in expeditions because they require a very specific region on your second pick, keep listening because I'm going to jump into the algorithm and show you why those are actually safe picks and how you are guaranteed to get the region that you need on your second pick to have more synergized decks. So let's rock. What is up, champions? It's Crabcore, and we're back to Rock Legends of Runeterra with some expeditions, tips, and tricks. Now, today I wanted to break down a concept that I just learned from a member of Riot on Reddit. We shared a couple quick draft guides around Yasuo, Heimerdinger, Elise, stuff like that. And what we mentioned in the guides is that you really want to, a lot of them really pair well with a specific region. So, what I mean with that is when you have, let's say, Yasuo, you really need it to be paired with Noxus. And we said that you need to have Yasuo as a second pick after you've already picked a Noxus class because it's Noxus or bust. We also mentioned with Jinx that it is much better in the Noxus class as well because you have a lot of the discard synergies and the aggressive synergy that works better with Jinx in the, scrap heap packs here. Same thing with Elise, also works better with Noxus because of the spiders. And we mentioned how Heimerdinger works better with Demacia because of the various packs and how these work. So we we made these guides and we talked about how a lot of them are really deck dependent based on the regions that you're in. And we said that some of them are better as second picks because you really need that class to be spot on. Well, that is not the case because we just found out recently, and I'll show you this. A member of at Riot on Reddit got back to us with about these guides and said, great work. Just a note that you're guaranteed to get Noxus option if you first pick Yasuo Disruption, since Noxus is the other region in Disruption. That said, there's no guarantee which Noxus archetype you'll be offered, but you can still freely take Yasuo upfront and know that you can pair him with Noxus if you're willing to take whichever option shows up. So I just kind of wanted to get back for clarification and say, like, I know that if you pick Disruption, you may be offered Noxus Disruption stuff later and move into three colors. But he said, no, like, you will for sure get Noxus on your second pick because you picked Yasuo Disruption. Now that means you could get Katarina, Vlad, Draven, Darius, all of those in their other packs, whether that's Battle Scars, Relentless, Noxian Might, stuff like that. You can get them in those packs, but you are guaranteed to get Noxus. So here is I started testing this out, and this works with all of these dual classes. So for instance, if you take Lux out of Spellbound, you're guaranteed a Piltover and Zon champion on your second pick. If you take Garen out of Relentless, you're guaranteed Noxus on your second pick. Because these are so synergy based, and expeditions itself can be so synergy based with its drafting, whenever you take a champion, so you have to pay attention because, like, if you take a Nivea out of Enlightenment, you're guaranteed an Ionia champion on your second pick. If you take a Nivea out of Cloning Program, then you're guaranteed Piltover and Zon. So you really have to pay attention to what pack that they're in. But you can be guaranteed. So you don't have to be like freaking out if you take Yasuo out of Disruption. You know that you're going to get Noxus on your second pick. So you're actually more freely able to draft around it. Also the same with Elise. Like, if you need the spider synergy, you can take Elise on your first one and get Noxus guaranteed on your second one. I would not have been able to see that in all the games that I put in, but they did show that with all of these dual classes here, if you take one of the champions out of them, like Hecarim out of Shadows and Dust, you're guaranteed an Ionia champion on your second one so that you can really have more synergized Shadows and Dust packs. And I think that that is freaking huge to note. So as we're putting out more guides, we're going to keep this in mind, and you could test this yourself. That when you are looking at these various packs, you can pay attention to the name that they come in and move into those archetypes. Like, for instance, if you take Lucian out of Retribution, Lucian works so freaking good with the Shadow Isle uh, archetype. It is literally just the best one that you can move into with Lucian. He's super strong with the ways to kill your own creatures. And so if you are in these packs, now you do have to pay attention because there are singleton packs here that work a little bit different and aren't guaranteed a certain champion on the next one. But if you can use this pack spreadsheet that we put out so you can see what region you're going to be able to guaranteed pair with these champions out of each pack. Like, for instance, I picked Heimerdinger out of Spellbound and I got Garen out of Demacian Steel on my second one, but all of my synergy spellbound packs had these really good spells in it. Like, this is the one with the highest concentration of Flash of Brilliance, and that's really where you want to be with Heimerdinger. And thing with Fiora, you really like would love to get her out of Suit Up, because when you get into these, like, you don't have to take Freljord second, but like you have things like Riposte and stuff in here. But if you get that, like if you pick Fiora out of Suit Up, you may be able to move into this the Ash Frozen Solid and have a lot more frostbites and stuff. So you can really pay attention to what your guaranteed second color is going to be based on these pack names and the ones that have these dual colors. And I think that that is a really, really solid tip to know as you are drafting. So the champions that you thought might be more synergy based that really require a specific champion or a specific region pair, you can know for sure that you're able to move into those packs. And these are done really, really well, and the synergy on these are done really, really well. So these pairs are actually awesome to move into in most cases. Like, I'm not really a huge fan of Total Recall with Teemo, and I think like Cloning Program overall is very weak. But these other ones are huge. Like, I love the Enlightenment package, and if you can pair Anivia and Karma, that's a huge power spike in that. And then of course, like, all of these ones like work really, really well together. So I just wanted to bring that tip to you real quick, that when you're looking at this pack list, not only do you want to pay attention to what is in each pack, but as you're paying attention to the name, you can know what at least what one of your guaranteed region pairs is going to be. And there's a very high chance, it's not guaranteed, but there's a very high chance that, for instance, if you take Fiora and then take something like or Braum, that your third is going to be Tryndamere, because Tryndamere is in the Suit Up pack. Or if you take Fiora and then Karma, there's a really high chance that your third option when you go into your first and third win is going to be Shen. It's not guaranteed, but there's a much higher chance of that happening as far as what I've seen in my own drafting experience. So very, very helpful tip that I wanted to bring to you. And as you're going onto your expeditions, that'll help you be a little more confident as you're trying to draft these more synergy based decks. So I hope that helps. If you found this useful, hit that like button and subscribe. Become a Krab Core champion today. I'm having a lot of fun bringing you guys this expedition content and the showing you how to get 7 wins and really how to use the algorithm here to draft better decks and understand how your decks are going to be drafted. So hope that helps. As well, you can go check out at the end of this video. I have more stuff about how to get 7-win runs based on the color pair that you're in. So check that out, and we'll be back for rocking some more 7-win runs here soon. But for now, peace out.